Hello everyone, and welcome to my top 9 Thanksgiving special Cornucopia. Why only 9? Well, I do 13 for Halloween and 12 for Christmas. Thanksgiving just feels like a 9, you know what I mean? Well, anyway, enough putting it off, let's dig in. Roccos Modern Life, Turkey Time. This special gives us the perspective of an immigrant as he celebrates his first Thanksgiving. And of course, the gentle Rocco doesn't quite understand what it means to have a turkey for dinner.
Hi, Mr. Turkey. How'd you like to come to my house for Thanksgiving dinner? Is that the traditional way to invite a turkey over for dinner?
Yeah, sure, Rock. Idiots.
Safe to say that neither Rocco or the omnivorous heifer have it in their hearts to kill the little guy.
See, Head? It's not so easy, is it?
I'm hungry!
Or all his friends that mysteriously pop up. I don't know how the turkeys escaped, but it means trouble when Big Head and everyone else in O-Town invites themselves over for Thanksgiving dinner. But when the neighbors find out they've been bamboozled, they go crazy. Is this really necessary? I mean, they apparently really liked what they just ate.
Can't do this!
2!
I can't believe you're gonna do this!
3!
But of course the whole town has a change of heart, and the turkeys go free. Which makes you wonder how many of them would actually eat turkey this year, since you apparently can't get a frozen one in O-Town.
Happy Thanksgiving, heifer.
Calvin and the Colonel, Thanksgiving dinner. While the Flintstones can be seen as an animated remake of The Honeymooners, Calvin and the Colonel is basically Amos and Andy, only with a fox and a bear.
Now, wait a minute, Colonel. You started out with we and us. But somewhere near the end of that sentence, you past participled me up the creek again.
Cancelled after 2 months, this obscure show did manage to get one Thanksgiving episode out.
I hereby retaliate by inviting all 36 of you to our house 1 year from today for a big turkey and ham dinner on Thanksgiving.
Montgomery, why in the world did you issue an invitation like that?
Look, a year from now, they will have forgotten the whole invitation.
So 1 year later, the Colonel has to figure out how to give a Thanksgiving meal for 30 foxes. And being a fox, goes about it in the foxiest way possible.
I give the fella this no-good check here for $375. We take the freezer home, and we takes the food out of it. Then we brings the freezer back to the store and get our money back before the man has a chance to put this check in the bank.
It's called a hustle.
But despite a string of unfortunate events, totally deserved, but still quite unfortunate, both Calvin and the Colonel managed to get a nice Thanksgiving meal.
Didn't I tell you, Calvin, we'd have a lovely dinner on Thanksgiving? I like the dinner all right, but the judge says we're going to have to spend 5 more days in this iron deep freeze.
Garfields Thanksgiving. Talk about your empty calories. I mean, I like this. This is fun. But the Halloween special had ghost pirates, and the Christmas special was truly heartwarming and touching. And this has a bunch of problems that work themselves out.
Do you see that, Odie? Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. That's the day people celebrate having food by eating as much of it as possible.
John's taking Garfield to the vet as an excuse to ask Liz over for Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay, I'll go out with you.
Really?
I can't stand to see a dumb animal suffer.
Liz puts Garfield on a diet at the worst possible time. For Garfield.
Sorry, Garfield, that's not what you get.
Well, I should hope not.
You get half a leaf of lettuce.
That's better.
And John can't cook.
Rub skin with butter. Well, I don't see what good that'll do, but okay.
It's a good setup, but it needs something.
Have cooking utensils will travel.
Well, what are you just standing there for, boy? Get in there and spark your young lady friend. And leave the kitchen to Grandma.
Oh, please tell me she's still alive in the comics. My heart couldn't take it if she wasn't.
You ever seen my split-second cranberry sauce? Too late, you blinked, Garfield.
So, Grandma fixes the dinner that John ruined.
Oh, and Garfield, eat a piece of pie for me.
Liz takes pity on Garfield and takes him off the diet, and a happy Thanksgiving is had by all. And I think I know where Liz's extra weight went. So, yeah, easily the third best Garfield holiday special, I guess.
I know one thing I'm thankful for today. Grandma.
Rusty and Button's Turkey Caper. It's time for another romp through the wilderness with our little friends Rusty and Buttons. But what should our Thanksgiving special be about? Falling asleep and dreaming about the first Thanksgiving? Or stopping a bunch of turkey nappers from turning their friends into leftovers?
¿Por qué no las dos?
Yes, much like a failed cooking fad, this special has a weird 5-minute dream sequence injected right into it. And it is corny.
And from then on, a friendship between the Indians and the Pilgrims flourished.
Yeah, for about 5 minutes.
Oh boy, I can hardly wait to celebrate Thanksgiving. Uh-huh. Maybe we should invite Priscilla and Marty, too.
The rest of the special is spent trying to rescue the wild turkeys from poachers.
There! What'd I tell ya? No one will ever think of looking for you in my Pop's food lockers.
Oh man, are they gonna come home and find out that their parents cooked all their friends?
They're here!
Folks, you can relax now.
Just in the nick of time. And those men were right outside the cave.
Oh man, double betrayal from Jonesy.
These men are from the Wildlife Conservation Society.
You see, there were berries, corn, and other food to last the winter in Turkey Valley.
So the society felt it'd be best to move the wild turkeys over to the next valley,
where there's plenty of food. They weren't your enemies after all.
Just like the Indians in the Thanksgiving story.
Yeah, just like the Pilgrims and Indians. Yeah, what did you have for Thanksgiving there, Jonesy?
May every heart be filled with joy.
What's on the plate, Jonesy?
May life feel wonderful to every girl and boy.
You fed children to their friends. Hey Arnold, Arnold's Thanksgiving. This special asks what kind of family would you prefer? One that is functionally crazy.
How about if we made turkey and stuffing and pumpkin pie and cranberries this year?
What are you, crazy, Arnold? We don't get that until the 4th of July, when your grandma thinks it's Christmas. Where have you been?
Or crazy dysfunctional.
What's burning, Miriam?
You know, I think I overcooked the stuffing, Pete. Now, how did that happen?
What do you mean? How did that happen? You do it every Thanksgiving, Miriam.
Both Helga and Arnold are tired of their family's behavior, although I do think Arnold has more legitimate grievances than Helga.
I am thankful for absolutely nothing.
Honey, you gotta be thankful for something.
No, Mom, I'm not.
All right then, little lady. You can just park your fanny upstairs in your room till you can think of something you're thankful for.
And as fate would have it, it looks like both of them will end up sharing Thanksgiving on the streets. That is until they invite themselves to their teacher's Thanksgiving dinner, where they find out that almost every family gathering is less than heartwarming.
Mother, could we please keep it down?
So the kids learn that they really don't have it all that bad, and that deep down, their families really do care about them. But enough of that. What's going on in the background? 1,074 things you didn't catch. Like and subscribe. BC, the first Thanksgiving. The actual plot of this special is simple. Catch a turkey.
Rock soup. Let's see. There's only one way to flavor rock soup, and that's with a dead turkey.
Dead turkey?
However, I'd say this acts more like a pilot for an animated series than an actual holiday special. The chase doesn't start until around a third of the way in, and at that point, it's pretty much just hallmarks of the comic's greatest hits.
I see you discovered fire. It's about time, sweetheart.
Fire?
For some reason, the main cave guy will periodically stop talking in his regular voice and do a Jack Benny impression.
You know, the reason we're doing this is because the supermarkets are closed on Thanksgiving, you see.
The gathering at the waterhole scene is particularly surreal. What is she doing? What are any of them doing? It's just a bunch of insane people gathered in one spot. It really does capture the true meaning of Thanksgiving.
Gobble, 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 gobble.
Nickelodeon's Thanksgiving Fest. I remember seeing this as a kid, but I don't know if it was presented like this. It seems to be a series of bumpers that would have gone in between specials and commercials.
Please don't run away. We'd just like to ask you turkeys a question.
Turkeys? What turkeys?
We're mooses.
He means Mises!
But the meat of this special are two animated shorts. One that centers around a battle between armies of mice and cockroaches. I seriously wonder if this has anything to do with capital critters.
They mean to separate us from the turkey, the potatoes, the candied yams.
He didn't say anything about the stuffing.
That feeling when you give orders to yourself. The next one is about a family's hardship during the Great Depression.
The Great Depression was terrible. Almost everyone lost their jobs, and most families became poor.
It was so bad they couldn't afford in-between animators for this segment, or a decent voice actor for Mom.
I'm sorry, kids. What with this Great Depression going on?
She's so casual about national poverty. But when the kids go to sleep, they dream of a kitchen full of dancing food and full animation.
This is the real cat's pajamas.
Oh, you bet.
When the kids wake up, the dinner is made and the pantries are still full. I don't know why, but the logic here just kind of pisses me off. Yeah, this is how Republicans think the tax cut will work. And why is this one called Nightmares, when the designs in this one are truly horrifying? The Mouse and the Mayflower, brought to you by the kings of holiday TV specials, Rankin Bass. However, this seems to be the only Thanksgiving special that the studio ever made. And it's surprisingly heartfelt and somber for a story about a pilgrim mouse. It reflects on the pilgrims' hardships as they travel to the New World. And of course, William the Church Mouse is there to keep them safe from thieves.
Look at that gold, Quizler.
Disasters.
Glory be to God, the printing press. We've got us a jack. The mouse found it.
And, naturally, introduce them to the Indians. My cynicism keeps telling me that this, of course, is a hyper-sanitized version of history, but it still looks nice, and the human designs are not typical of Rankin Bass's style. However, it could have been half as long as it was, since a lot of the time is spent focusing on this love story that just kind of gets shoehorned in.
I believe we've met. At church, wasn't it?
Well, we're Puritans, so yeah, I guess we did meet at the only place we ever go. Thanksgiving in the Land of Oz. Boy, this is an odd bird, even for Oz. You see, after this first premiered, they renamed the special Dorothy in the Land of Oz for reruns and video release. The logic being that if you remove Thanksgiving from the title, you can show this more often. The only evidence that this was once a Thanksgiving special is an old TV spot, putting it back to back with a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. But even with the title change, it's pretty obvious by the giant green turkey and all the other references to Thanksgiving.
And brought in their first crop, they held a great feast to give thanks.
Also noteworthy, this is brought to us by the same people who made Puff the Magic Dragon and a few strawberry shortcake specials. However, this was the 80s, and animation was moving overseas to Japanese and Korean studios because they were bigger, faster, and cheaper. So you got these 1970s designs moving in new, interesting ways I've never seen before. And since this is a return to Oz story, which is practically its own subgenre at this point, we get to see all of Dorothy's second-tier friends, like Jack Pumpkinhead, Tick-Tock, and the Hungry Tiger. And a new creation, a mince pie that was exposed to some powder of life.
But every time you speak, it's with a different accent.
Is it now? Sure. Just because me mince pies are made from a wee bit of everything. They're communal, as you might say.
Classic character actor Sid Caesar provided the voice for both the pie and the wizard, making it his second animated Thanksgiving special.
Why'd you make it so ugly?
Well, you see, I got this great inspiration one minute, and I constructed it before dawn. Never create a masterpiece in the dark. It's got to turn out to be a turkey.
Getting back to the powder of life, Dorothy and the others have to get it back before Tyrone, the terrible toy tinker, uses it to conquer Oz with his army of lead soldiers and a giant turkey balloon, which shouldn't sound as horrifying as he makes it sound.
Your might and power will help me crush the Emerald City. And when my army of lead marches through the burning streets, death and destruction will reign.
Yeah, he talks a big game, but the second he gets in Dorothy's face, he falls apart.
You should be thankful you're a toy tinker who can create beautiful playthings to make kids happy. Instead, you try to make them slaves.
I always wanted a nice little toy shop.
Oh my god, they're not doing this.
You make toys, and soon it'll be Christmas.
They are!
3 magic words that each kid knows. Christmas toys and us.
You see what I mean about Thanksgiving? This special petered out in the middle of its own premise and later acted like it was embarrassed to even bring up Thanksgiving in the same sentence as Christmas.
Oh, it's morning. I could bring those soldiers to life now. Except for one thing.
What's that?
I just can't bring myself to do it. Oh.
And so Tyrone turns good. The land is saved, and Dorothy unlocks the special ending that teleports the farmhouse to Oz so she never has to leave again.
Welcome to Oz.
And it was all thanks to everyone's favorite holiday, Christmas. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm thankful for all of you that have watched it. I wish you peace and blessings in the season to come. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go do dishes and dig out Christmas lights. Oh, joy. 'Tis the season, my ass. I gotta do the dishes, gotta get the Christmas tree out. Mom and Uncle Michael want to go shopping, they'll drag me along. I gotta go sit there. And Grandma will want me to help figure out how to buy stuff on the computer. I gotta eat leftovers for about a week. Everyone ate all my cheese potatoes. I'm left with dry stuffing. It'll be Christmas and this weird Jell-O stuff will still be sitting in the fridge. I'll probably slice my fingers open on a couple of Christmas lights. That's gonna be a pain in the ass while I'm drawing. That's okay, Chad works from home. He's totally free to help. Yeah, that's right. You just volunteer me for every little damn job. I'm just Santa's freaking little helper. What does he do again? He works for the YouTube? Oh, so you make the cat videos? Yeah, that's right, Aunt. I make the freaking cat videos. Make cat videos and racist triads that you fave on Facebook. I read on the Facebook that Trump's bringing back prayer in schools. Yeah, well, you gotta do something while you're waiting under the desk for the bomb to drop.